Welcome to the Instagram stories for Wednesday, June 25th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. There is a lot of social media news to get into today, including the Edits app, which is going to have some updates around keyframes, a new Ideas tab, Voice Enhance, and more. Additionally, the head of Instagram will stop by to explain how you can make Instagram a better viewing experience if you don't like the content the algorithm is giving you, and the variety of different options you can do to make that better. Additionally, the YouTube Creator Insider team has an update on auto dubbing, which is rolling out to more languages and is a feature I am super excited about. All of that plus the Wednesday Waffle on today's episode, but first, here's a quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back. Let's jump right into the news and start with the Edits app. The Edits team has added some new features to the app, starting with keyframes. If you have ever worked with a clip and you're doing something somewhat complicated, as the clip changes, you're doing different things, you can now animate the position, rotation, and scale of your clips within the Edits app by pinpointing the exact moments on the timeline using keyframes. They have also announced that coming soon, there will be keyframes for text, stickers, overlays, and cutouts within the Edits app. So that's something to look forward to. And when that rolls out, I will, of course, tell you. The Edits team has announced that they have also upgraded the Ideas tab, which now has the ability to save audio within Ideas, the ability to leave sticky notes on audio you want to create with, and a full screen editor for sticky notes. If you are a person who uses some kind of board to track ideas and content and what you want to build, or maybe use a spreadsheet, definitely look at the Edits app to have everything in one centralized location. They've also announced more text effects. There are now over 30 text effects that you can use, like fisheye and whirl and different ones to make your text stand out. They've also announced Voice Enhancement, which you can apply to your voiceovers to remove unwanted background noise. It's nice to see the Edits team working so hard to make this app better. The last time I reported on the Edits app, I mentioned that teleprompter and restyle, two of the recently announced features, were not available to me personally, even though I have been keeping my Edits app updated. Since then, I have access to the teleprompter, but still not restyle. So I will, of course, continue to keep my app updated, let you know what I have, and test out those features as soon as I can. Let's move on to Instagram. If you've been using Instagram for a long time, you may no longer be happy with the content the algorithm suggests to you. You might feel that your Explore page is no longer related to your interests, or maybe it never was. Interestingly, there are a variety of ways to address that. Here's the head of Instagram to explain more.
A couple tips on how you might shape what you see on Instagram. Now, every person's Instagram is different because everybody follows different people and has different interests, and ranking picks up on those interests. But if you want to make Instagram into something that you enjoy more, there's a few things you can do. One thing you can do is you can just circumvent ranking entirely and pick a set of accounts that will show up when they post at the top of feed every time they post. This is called favorites, and you can add as many accounts you want to your favorites by going to their profile and tapping the following button. For those people who you follow but you don't actually want to see their content and you don't want them to know that, mute is a great option. So you can continue to follow them even though their content will not show up in your feed. And you can actually mute someone's stories or their posts or even their notes individually if you like. Another big part of Instagram is recommendations, which is a word we use to describe content from accounts you do not follow but we think you might be interested in. When you see a recommendation, you can use the three-dot menu to say that you're interested or not interested in that recommendation, and we'll try to learn and adjust accordingly. You can also use that menu to mute all recommendations for up to a month if you just want to focus on accounts that you follow. You can also do that by just going to your following feed, which you can get to from the logo at the top. And lastly, if you end up in a place where you really just want a full reset, you want to pull the ripcord, you can actually go to Profile, Settings, and then Content Preferences, and you can reset your ranking altogether. Now, this is a pretty big thing to do. It'll make your Instagram much less interesting, most likely, because it'll be as if we knew nothing about you. But we want to make sure that is available as an option in case you need it. So hopefully these are a few ways that you can help shape Instagram into something that you enjoy a bit more. More advice to come soon. Peace.
It's so funny that he posted this clip because I just reset my entire feed. I was tired of what it was showing me. I felt like it wasn't relevant. It wasn't something I was interested in. Maybe at one time I was, but now I am interested in other things. So I just completely reset it If Instagram doesn't know anything about me, that is a-okay with me. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from the YouTube Creator Insider team with what they've been working on. And good news, auto dubbing is coming to more languages. Stick around. Welcome back. Let's dive into the YouTube news. Here's Lauren from the Creator Insider team at YouTube with the latest news.
What's up, Insiders? I'm Lauren, a program manager working on our product team here at YouTube and the producer of Creator Insider. We're excited to share that by the end of this week, we're making auto dubbing available for 80 million creators worldwide. Creators who are interested in using auto dubbing can verify their account for access to advanced features. There may be a delay until the automatic dubbing setting appears. When the automatic dubbing setting appears, make sure to toggle it on to enable. As a recap, new content, both shorts and VODs, will be automatically dubbed upon upload, and viewers will be defaulted into an audio track based on their language preference and watch history. Up until now, auto dubbing was available in these 9 languages, and now we're adding 11 additional languages. Additionally, the team is looking for creators to help them improve the auto dubbing feature in the future. So if you're a creator who uses this and are interested in helping, please sign up using the link in the description. We'll leave more information below, but let us know if you have any questions.
Okay, I'm going to pause the video for a quick second here, but she posts a list of all the languages that auto dubbing now supports on the screen. And I'm not going to read it because it's a very long list, but it is most of the major languages that you think of when you think of large populations in the world. And here's how this works. So if I record a video in English, it will automatically be dubbed into Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, German, whatever languages people speak and their YouTube is set to. When they watch my video, they will see it in their language, dubbed my voice into a different language. This means that more people get access to your content, and this is a great thing overall. I'll link to the video in the show notes so you can, of course, see the full list, but here's the rest of the video from Lauren.
Moving on. Late last year, Chris, a product manager on the team, gave an overview of the latest improvements to the Inspiration tab in YouTube Studio, like the ability to help generate ideas and outlines and title and thumbnail suggestions. Many of you have been asking when it'll be available in more markets, and we're happy to announce that it's now launching to countries in the EU and UK, as well as Switzerland. You can find it on the content page within Studio Desktop. Moving on. YouTube's generative AI feature, Dream Screen, currently available in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the US, has launched in the UK. As a refresher, Dream Screen allows you to create unique images and videos based on text-based prompts that can be easily added as a green screen background or standalone 6-second video clips in a short. The team hopes to expand to more markets in the future, so stay tuned for updates. We'll leave more information below. Moving on. Last year, we talked about an experiment that allowed creators to automatically match their imported shorts content to the audio they chose. The goal was to help creators reduce editing complexity when trying to sync their clips to the beat. We're happy to announce that this feature is now available to all creators. When you select multiple photos and video clips from your phone's gallery, you now have the option to automatically create a short video synced to music. Just choose the media, pick a song, and it will arrange your clips to match the beat. Creators will get a preview and can edit further if needed. Let us know if you have any questions. Moving on. If you're an artist, our team just launched new resources on our dedicated YouTube for Artists site, including info on growing your audience, shorts for artists, and understanding your analytics. We'll leave more information in the description, so check it out. And that's it for this week. From the creators of YouTube to YouTube creators, we'll see you next week.
Okay, that's it for the news. If you want to hear me talk about a different topic other than social media, I call that the Wednesday Waffle. Stick around after the music.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.
Oh, hey, thanks for sticking around and listening to me talk about something else. So when I was 19, I was going to community college. I was living at home with my family, and my dad got a job transfer from New Jersey to the UK. And at the time, I was 19, so I told my parents, you go ahead without me. I can live on my own. And my parents said, no, you cannot, in fact, live on your own. You will be coming with us to the UK. So I enrolled in college in the UK. And to be honest, I did not do very well. I had been going to community college, which was very easy, but to get transferred into a school system that I had not really had any previous experience in, and also I started in year 2 of a 3-year program. So I was kind of behind the 8 ball, so to speak, right from the beginning. Anyway, I went to school in a small town in Wales, which was not really worth talking about at all. So I never really did. Occasionally it would come up, someone would reference a song from the year 2000, and I would say, I've never heard that song before. And they would say, why? And I would say, I didn't live here then, so I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, during the pandemic in 2020, I was watching TikTok when all of a sudden they started showing me videos from the town where I went to college. And that was very confusing to me because I knew the TikTok algorithm was good, but I didn't think it was that good. I didn't think it had managed to go on my LinkedIn, find out where I went to college, and then show me videos based on that. But it turns out that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney had bought the football team in the town where I went to college. Now, I passed by that football stadium every single day on my way to school. It was literally feet from my college, but I never paid any attention to it because, number one, I do not really like football that much. And number two, the team was not doing anything worth talking about. However, since Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have purchased this football team, the entire thing has exploded. If you're not following this saga, even if you're not interested in football, and trust me, I'm not, you definitely want to look into this. So here's how the English football system works. Teams can get promoted climbing to different leagues or demoted getting bumped down to lower leagues. So for instance, in American terms, I would explain it that if the New York Yankees had a really bad season, they could potentially get dropped down to the minor leagues. They could get dropped down to AAA. If they kept losing, they would drop down to AA, and then they would have to work their way back up. So when Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney bought the Wrexham Football Club in 2020, they were in League 2. Since then, they have been promoted 3 times, climbing the past 3 seasons. This has been absolutely amazing to see, and for the first time in my life, I can actually claim some sort of pride to where I went to college. Well, I could keep talking about this topic, but I'm going to stop it there. If you have not checked out the Wrexham AFC football team and what they're doing, absolutely take the time to look into it. That is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for listening to me talk about a different topic.